What's going on, guys? Today we're going to take a look at this shoe. This is the Isaac Newton, or actually the Newton Isaac. That's what it's called. Let's take a look at it right now. Alright guys, so Newton did send over the shoe for me to review. We know prior agreement with the shoe, positive or negative review. It's my own thoughts on this shoe. So these are the Newton shoes, and I put around, I want to say 80 miles on them, maybe just a little bit below 100, but I've done a lot of miles on these, and just a spoiler alert, I really like these shoes. At first, when I first put them on, I'll tell you the truth, I wasn't sure about them, but after I put more miles on them, after I loosened them, just got it right to what I like, I really enjoy these shoes. And these are different shoes than Newton's ever really made. Like Newton's, they're known for their lugs. They're known for being closer to zero drop, like a minimal drop. These are not anything of that. They do have lugs still, and you can see the lugs right here. They're a lot less noticeable. Like if you take a look at the lugs from another pair of shoes, so let's see that. See how much more it sticks out? These are not very noticeable. Like the lugs are there. You can see the lugs, but they're a little bit different too. So they're like this crisscross pattern too. Right here, crisscross pattern. And yeah, they're just more of a normal shoe. It's also a 8mm drop. It's 29 millimeters over here to 21 millimeters. So that is a big cushion shoe, a max cushion shoe for sure. And they made this shoe to be really comfortable. And that's what I found out on my runs. That's what it was. It's a super comfortable shoe. And I've enjoyed it. But let's talk about the looks of it. So this is the black and white colorway. You know, kind of boring, especially for Newton. Newton is known for having shoes that are super flashy, and these definitely aren't that. They are just more, again, something different from Newton, more normal, I guess you could say. More normal shoes. And the upper is nice. I felt like that everything was nice, comfortable. The shoelaces, I do wish the shoelaces were a little bit longer. I do like to do the runner's knot on my shoes, so whenever I do the runner's knot, that seems to make the shoelace a lot shorter, and then I only have a little bit to tie it on. I actually took it off on here, but I usually like the runner's knot. And other than that, I feel like the upper was really comfortable. It's lightweight mesh on top and really breathable. It has a little bit of cushioning around the lip over here on the edge. And yeah, the upper is nice. Nothing really bugged me on my runs. I never had any blisters or hot spots on these shoes. It has the energy foam. So this is the energy foam over here. Nice bouncy foam. And you can see the Newton symbol right there. So this is the Newton symbol. And of course, Isaac is Newton's first name. And then you have the lugs over here. So the lugs on the bottom of here, like I told you before, they are that crisscross pattern and not that noticeable at all. And it also has a rocker kind of feel to it. So you can see right here, more of a rocker, gonna give you a little bit more propulsion whenever you're running on it. But for me, I just felt like this was a nice cushion shoe that I was able to run a ton of miles in. I ran them for the Houston Marathon. So that's 26 miles right there. I ran for my 31 miler that I did over at Memorial Park. That's 31 miles. So like I said, I put a ton of miles on these, and all those miles were comfortable in these shoes. I think that this is what that shoe is made for. It's made for somebody doing a long run who wants all of that cushion. And with me now, especially now with my toe being a little bit more sensitive to not having cushion, something like this, the Newton Isaac, is going to be my go-to shoe for running, because I want to make sure I'm well cushioned from that concrete. I've done a lot of runs throughout the years in Vibram 5 fingers, so I think that all that non-cushion has really kind of made my foot a little bit more sensitive. Whenever I do a lot of pounding, for instance, my 100 miler, that's when things act up on me. So I'm going to be enjoying this shoe for a lot of the runs. Another thing that this shoe does have, it does have the XPS plate. So Newton's been putting that plate on there for a lot of their shoes. So in addition to the lugs that it also has the plate. And that's going to also give you a little bit more bounciness. For me, I didn't really feel too much bounciness on it. Of course, I am going slower. I haven't really done fast paces on the shoe. I'm sure that the NRG foam combined with that plate and the lugs, those are all going to help you propel forward. These lugs, again, aren't super noticeable underfoot compared to something like their old traditional Newton shoes. These, you can feel them every single step that you take. You can feel them underneath your foot. These, you can't even feel them. Like maybe a little bit, especially if you are new to Newton, you might feel it. But these shoes are really made for people maybe trying to get introduced into Newton. So this would be a good one to introduce yourself to the Newton system. You get a little bit of that lug feeling, and then you could advance to something like the Gravity, which has a lot of lugs. And I love these shoes too, but like I said, these are great shoes for a beginner to Newtons, and especially for a bigger runner too. If you guys are looking for cushion, you know, sometimes runners love cushions, and especially bigger guys. Like I said, you put a lot of pounding on your feet. Something like this is going to help you protect your feet underneath you and give you a little bit more of a cushy ride whenever you are running. And for me, again, I do run walk, so you know, that's what it is. That's the type of runner I am, and I love these shoes. I don't even really have anything negative to say about these shoes. I usually like to run in something that's more minimal, like even the drop. I like to have like the Newton distances that I have. I think they're a 3mm or 4mm drop. This one is an 8mm drop, so a pretty good drop for a Newton shoe. And I didn't feel any like discomfort in them at all. One of the cons I can say about it is the colorway. I do wish they were more flashy, and I also do wish that the shoelaces were a little bit longer. But other than that, I love the foam. I love the ride of it. I just love the shoe. This is my go-to shoe for long runs, for anything where I need to really have a little bit more cushion. I'm going to enjoy this shoe. So how much does this shoe cost? I think it runs about $145. Let's just go ahead and check that real quick on the website, because I don't remember everything all the time. So yeah, I was actually right. So these do run $145. I think nowadays for a shoe, that's going to be actually on the lower end compared to, you know, your Brooks, your Asics or whatever. That's going to be on the lower end. Usually shoes are now costing $150, $160, $145 for a shoe that, you know, is really comfortable and I love. I'll probably pick up myself a pair after I get done with these shoes, because I love the Newton brand and I love these shoes. So this definitely gets a Goku Runner thumbs up from me. I'm telling y'all, if you don't want a nice cushion shoes, you want to get introduced to the Newton system, this is going to be something that you're going to want to get, the Newton Isaac. I love it. All right, guys, that's going to be the review of the Newton Isaacs. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Leave me a comment on what cushion shoe do you like the most. Do you like the Newton Isaacs? Do you like something like the Hokas or whatever else there is out there? Let me know. These right now are my favorites. All right, guys. See you guys next one. Peace out.